Welcome back to Beanies in a Pod. I'm Phil.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Daniel.
Almost forgot. No, not yet.
I'm getting old, Phil.
This is a special episode because we're actually live from DAS 23. We're at the How To Hub, and we're giving a live podcast out here. And it's a special episode for another reason, and it's the guest that we have here today. I've pinched this from his LinkedIn. He's a problem solver, a time saver, and a cloud lover. It's Jake Burton.
Independently or all at the same time?
I'm not sure you could do them independently, but yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Welcome. Thanks.
So, the main reason we've got you on today is to talk about your charity initiative, RUNS4RESEARCH. So do you want to just give us a little bit of an intro to RUNS4RESEARCH to start with? Absolutely.
So RUNS4RESEARCH was founded in December 2020 off the back of the unfortunate passing of my grandfather. Grew up a lot around him and specifically playing cricket with him, or kind of with him in the background watching. When he passed away, we kind of wanted to try and find something to honour his legacy. At the end of his life, unfortunately, he passed away with Alzheimer's. So it was kind of trying to find something to connect the two together, so cricket and Alzheimer's. So I came up with a very simple idea that club cricketers, the man in the street, like myself, could contribute via their games of cricket through the runs and wickets that they scored and taken on a Saturday and a Sunday. Very small amounts, so 5p per run that's scored, 50p per wicket that's taken. And then hoped that after year one we may raise £1,000, we may get 100 people involved, and we've taken it from there, really.
Because you said that you wanted to get 100 people involved. It's sort of taken off a little bit, hasn't it, really?
So year one, we got around about 200, 300 people involved, and raised around about £6,000 or £7,000.
Wow.
In year two, we had more than 500 people. And we raised somewhere to the point where we've now raised about 20,000 over the 2 years.
Wow, fantastic.
Congratulations. The 13. So we're now into year three, so we're in June here, and year three is well underway. As of today, we have 826 people signed up.
Milestone coming up then, 1,000.
As the season kind of develops, the runs and the wickets accumulate, and the totals. So if we were to stop the season here today, we'd have raised £6,000 just in runs and wickets.
Wow.
But we've got all of June, all of July, all of August, all of September. We tend to be averaging around about £1,000 a week.
Fantastic.
So my goal at the start of year three was to raise 20 grand.
Wow.
And I think I'd be very disappointed if we don't do that.
Yeah.
But it's a real passion project of mine.
Fantastic. No, it's amazing. How many clubs or players are there in the country that potentially could be?
The number is massive.
Yeah.
You're talking tens of thousands.
Yeah.
So, and I think the big thing is because it's so simple.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
As we'll come on to later, there's a scalability issue, but we'll come on to that. But it's very much if 5% of the population of the UK that play cricket on a Saturday participated, we'd have a massive number. But for something so simple.
It's always the way, isn't it? Cool.
I mean, if people do want to take part, how would they go about that?
So it's a very simple sign-up form, because again, the concept is so simple. It should be a case of you fill one form in, and then we do the rest. All you're then required to do at the end of the season is you just make a donation via Just Giving page. So the sign-up form is on our website, which is runs4research.org.uk. All across our social media, Runs4Research, and the form is there. Complete it, and then we can get in touch and arrange the next steps. The next steps, again, are more just checking that the data is correct in the same as anything else, and then also being able to provide you with any merchandise that you'd like to support it. So
really,
so we've got bat stickers. Cool. So for anybody that's playing can put a bat sticker on there. That's completely free of charge. Fortunately, my own work donate the postage of that. So I got somebody to donate the stickers.
Oh, done TC Group.
And then TC Group then deal with all the postage. So that's a real good logistical problem that I wouldn't be able to manage without them.
We haven't built a bot for that yet, but that's coming. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. an automated bot to deal with postage, yeah. And remember tripods as well.
Oh,
that was a personal dig now. We won't mention any more about that.
Sorry, Aaron.
It's okay.
But very much a case of now it's just okay, where can we do? What's the next steps?
So is it individuals or is it clubs as well?
Is it all individuals?
It's everyone.
All individuals, because again we've got clubs with 30 players from that club, but also individuals that just want to support the cause on their own. Ideally, we'd like lots and lots of clubs with tens and tens of people in it, because that makes, or it did make the job easier.
Yeah.
But it's good to have a little bit of competition within your club as to who can score the most runs, whose donation is the biggest at the end.
Okay, so I got a club near me.
Yep.
You probably know it. It's called Woking. Really big. Don't worry, nothing. But if I wanted to go down that club and say, like, guys, this is a fantastic thing. How do we? What do I do? How can I go down there and introduce it and encourage them to sign up?
Well, I suppose it's directing them to the social media, but kind of just explaining how simple the cause is.
Yeah.
Ultimately, as I say, it's a single form, and actually they're playing a cricket on a Saturday anyway. Other than committing effectively to making a donation at the end of the year and getting a bat sticker, nothing changes for them.
Yeah.
But again, we've got clubs, and the big thing is it's not just clubs local to me.
Yeah.
People would say, "Oh, your own club will be the one that props it up." My club will have 25 people in it that will participate. But in each of the 3 years, we've got a different club that outdoes my own club every year.
Yeah.
So just because they see it on socials and think that's a really good idea, why don't we support it?
Yeah. Well, I walk past my club every day when I walk to work. So what we'll do is I'll pop in.
Ideal.
And we'll see if we can also beat your club.
Well, absolutely, absolutely.
Competition.
Well, that's it. Friendly competition. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. That's good. Fantastic. Well,
absolutely. And there will be links to all the socials and the website in the description of the podcast and on the YouTube video, so that will be there. One of the other things we were talking about is, and this is just, we haven't spoken to you about this, so we're dropping
we were just in the office and there was a
Okay.
quiet moment and we were spitballing an idea.
But we were just like, obviously we'll get to the bot part in a minute, but we were thinking, what about a charity cricket match as well involved in that?
So it's ironic you say this.
Oh yeah.
Because actually there is a match that's already been sorted. So on the 13th of August, we're going to be playing a game between a RUNS4RESEARCH 11, which I will be captaining and have organised, against. there's a slight perk of the job, and that's being played against Salisbury Athletic Cricket Club in Hampshire.
Oh wow.
They were the leading club in 2022. They had 30 plus people involved.
Yeah.
So we kind of felt it was appropriate for them to host the game.
Yeah.
Obviously they will get things like their bar take, and they're obviously going to provide the opposition, and they've been really good supporters in terms of kind of the best way to market that, but it's going to be a good day, but the big thing that I always try and tell people when I talk about RUNS4RESEARCH is the runs and the wickets for the players are the things that matter the most. The other things, whether that be me talking to people, whether that be running the charity match, that's for the promotion really. If that doesn't raise any money for it, that's fine.
It's just getting
the
awareness
merchandise is the same. The merchandise is there is to demonstrate the cause and to help the cause. But anything that anybody does is hugely appreciated in terms of supporting that. I feel like I've rained on your parade a little bit.
No, it's all right. Maybe next year.
The idea is that eventually
I'm going to have to go and ring the charity and cancel that.
the idea of this match is that hopefully, providing all goes well, it will get repeated. The venue will move.
So next year maybe Lords, maybe the Oval.
Ideally, that would be wonderful. But we then, if it goes well, we can do multiple in a year.
Yeah, exactly.
And ultimately, we don't want to take away. These people are going to give up their time to play for us. We don't want them to give up time for their own clubs, their own commitments. So we've had people come down from the north to just play in this one game because they want to participate.
So this one's in Hampshire.
In Hampshire. So the people that live in kind of north of where I am are kind of slightly annoyed.
That's good for us though.
But yes, we've got one chap coming down from Pudsey. That's been a long-term supporter. But I think everybody else has kind of looked at it and gone, that's a little bit too far. As much as I'd like to support the cause, it's a little bit too far.
Okay. Well, if you need an extra player, I know someone who's desperately trying to get a game.
I can't play, can I?
Do you know any, Phil? No?
No, I can't play anyway, can I?
Oh, yeah, he's got his gangly leg. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
Right, we sort of glossed over it a little bit and we've sort of mentioned it, but I guess we could talk a little bit about the bot. We don't want to talk too much about it really, but we can sort of talk about like the idea that we had, and then I suppose I'm trying to think of how we actually started the conversation in the first place. I think it was
I was talking to Chris.
Yeah, that was
originally,
it, right.
And we were chatting about bots for the practice and what we could do. And then he said, I've got a chap needs to talk to you. And it all started from there, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the kind of the uninitiated, to run the initiative, we needed a spreadsheet. And it required...
Where would we be with that spreadsheet?
Well, precisely. And as much as we all love spreadsheets, entering data from 500 people's Saturday cricket matches...
And now 800 and something.
it was taking 7-8 hours, and to the point where I was it was starting to become
losing
annoying.
the will to live.
And when you're supporting such a good cause, it's hard for it to feel a negative. Every time I put a run in, that's 5p.
Yeah.
But if it's draining me completely, it's like and I made a decision at the back end of last year, which was I need something because without it, it's not sustainable, it's not scalable. I expected an increase in player numbers because people had promised I'll do it next year, etc. So we needed something, and as you say, so the conversation started regarding RPA and bots generally, and it was like, okay, then we'll ask the question. And I think I had a conversation with Phil, and it was very much this we can do this is easy. It's like, well, why have I not done it then? It's like, if it was that easy, I'd have done it myself. But there were some complexities, and some of the data isn't easily accessible as much as it could be, and they admit that. But we've got to a product that is now a cakewalk for me. A couple of hours verifying what comes out of the bot. That's all that's required. And
you'll stop doing that at some point as well, because you'll have complete faith that it doesn't step wrong.
And I think, to be fair, the only verification I'm doing is more to gather the information that I want to be able to highlight people's performances. So if somebody scores 100 runs, if I was looking at their scorecard every week, I would spot that. Whereas if the spreadsheet is pulling out to say they scored 100 runs, I need to go in and see who scored the runs so that I can publicise it on social media. That's the only bit that I'm doing.
Version 2.0 will find the highlights you're looking for and post it on social media for you.
Well, that could be the answer. Then I can go on holiday for 6 months of the year and let it manage itself.
Cricket.
Absolutely.
West Indies is good, apparently.
Definitely. I've heard.
We should. No, that's version 2 then. We'll
absolutely,
do that.
Absolutely. There's some slight quirks, but then there always are with anything. It's something that. But again,
do you have like the wooden spoon awards as well? On there?
There's people that will sign up and they won't score a run and they won't take a wicket all year, and you just think, how do you chase them for that money when there isn't any to give?
There must be a minimum,
like a mandatory donation.
A mandatory £5 or something.
I think most people will then say, look, this wasn't what I was hoping for when I signed up. I'll throw some money your way. But ultimately, the last thing we wanted people to do is, you say you're going to raise money for an initiative, you just say, here's a tenner, or here's a fiver. This is something different, it's unique.
Of course.
If they've raised £2.85, they give £2.85 because that's what they've contributed. Some people will top it up and they will give you 50 quid.
Fantastic.
But it's great nonetheless.
Keep giving, and keep playing, and keep running.
Exactly.
I had a question actually. Is there like an end goal to the thing, or something you really want to achieve, something you really want to see?
I think every year I've kind of underestimated its pull. As I say, year one thinking it'd be 100 people and £1,000. And to kind of be well over that on both counts. And then to say this year's 20,000, it's like, while the money keeps rolling in for the charity, I've got no kind of goals.
It's kind of exceeded your expectations.
Exactly, it's exceeding its expectations every time I pick up the spreadsheet. I think ideally, I'd like to see it kind of go into the wider stage.
Okay.
The Ashes maybe.
From a
I'm not joking.
That would be amazing.
As much as it may sound like a joke, is seeing a player on TV with a bat sticker for my cause.
And
that's
scoring
the dream.
donations.
Exactly. And every time that they hit that 4 that gets talked about on the TV, I know that's 20p to my cause.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
That'd be incredible.
The big thing that I did want is I wanted to see an England player wearing with a bat sticker, and it may not be quite the way that people look at it, but there was a chap that played down in Australia for the under-19s during the winter. And I didn't realise that he'd still got the sticker on his bat.
And it was there.
And then there's a photo of it that is
awesome.
It made my day when I saw it, and I was in a good mood for the rest of the day. Just to see somebody wearing an England cricket shirt with my bat sticker on it.
Fantastic.
Incredible. But that's a massive. If we could get some more professional players involved, then that would be good. But then I know that they've got sponsorship things and
but it's a charity.
Yes, but you'd be surprised.
I think there's quite tight regulations on what they're allowed on their bats. I think that's the problem.
Especially if they have sponsorships with bat dealers, they can't be advertising something else as well as their bat.
So we'll build you a bot that letter bombs all of the cricketers.
all the manufacturers in the country.
Manufacturers, everything.
So everybody has to have a plain bat sticker apart from my.
Do some deep fakes.
You could deep fake cricketer hitting the bat.
Yeah, definitely. He's lost for words, isn't he? He's like, here he goes again.
A deep fake. Right. Any other questions, lads, on that?
No. Only just to say, well done. I mean, it's amazing. I think
Congratulations.
everyone at some point gets touched by this
Yes.
terrible disease. I know we have in our family, and it's a terrible thing. And for the people involved, they don't necessarily feel it. It's the ones that sit back and watch, that we sort of sitting back and watch in pain and anguish, thinking, Christ, I hope that doesn't happen to us, but it's terrible for them.
And ultimately, that's why we supported this as the charity,
It's
because
fantastic,
it helps it touches everybody.
It does,
some way or
It
another.
does.
And the number of personal stories that I get of I'm doing this because of X, Y, Z. It's why we started it, and why we'll continue to do it for as long as the interest is still there, and the systems allow me to do so.
Yeah, and we will support you for as long as we possibly can.
And that's hugely appreciated, because without you guys doing it, as I've said before, it wouldn't be scalable.
Yeah.
It would take too much of my time to the point where I wouldn't enjoy doing it anymore.
Yeah.
And
Becomes
once
a
that
burden.
enjoyment's left, that's where the end of it is.
Yeah. Oh, and we didn't say, but we built a bot basically that does all of
We
that
alluded
stuff.
to it. We
So
haven't actually
it's not the
specifically
important
said.
point, but we built a bot that does all that, and it takes about half an hour to do all of the.
So I think from
stuff like that.
start to finish, it takes a couple of hours. But
Yeah.
obviously, there's a lot of data to check,
Yeah.
so I can understand it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with so much time spare, it's
And it means you can scale and keep going without wondering how am I going to get all
if
this
we get
data.
2,000 people next year,
Which you do.
the bot will still allow that to do that. Whereas
Yeah.
before, I'd have had to say no.
Can't
Yeah,
do
that'll
that.
be
And
do
if
it.
it gets to it, we just put a second bot on it, and a third bot on it, and a fourth bot on it, and we just run it quicker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's really is hugely appreciated.
Welcome. You are. Brilliant. What's next, Phil?
What's next?
Keep
Well,
us
I've
moving.
got a quick game for us to play. I did want to try and fit a cricket-themed game in, but these two have got no clue,
let's
so it
not-
would
let's
have
not
been
be
wasted.
pinning
It would.
Let's not pin the blame.
Unfortunately, there's no jingle for this one.
I've held a cricket club.
Good.
Joking, I'm joking.
I know. It's a racket, isn't it? It's a cricket racket.
yeah.
So this is bot or not. So we go for a bot theme here. So I've basically taken a couple of quotes from movies. I'll tell you the bot that the quote might be from, and I just want you to tell me, is it the bot that made the quote or is it not?
Okay.
So the quotes are from the films, but was it the actual thing I'm telling you it was? And I'll ask each one of you. We'll just go at the end.
All right then.
So the first one, C-3PO, my parts are showing. Bot or not, Daniel?
Bot.
Bot.
Yeah, it's bot.
Bonus point for anyone that can tell me the exact film that's from.
That is movie.
Return of the Jedi.
I was going to say Revenge of the Sith.
No, it's the one with cloud in the sky. Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, I would have said it's original, but
It's Phantom Menace.
Damn it.
nobody
It's when
remembers.
he's-
Nobody
it's
remembers that film anyway.
It's when he's all naked.
Oh, when he's silver. Right.
Yeah. But it was, you're right. Bot. I'm going to have to bleep this. But, so this is from Terminator. Well, this is Terminator, as in, like, Arnie.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Oh, God, here we go.
Is that? I don't think that's a bot.
No. It sounds like it doesn't sound quite so menacing, does
No,
it?
it doesn't really, does it?
Wait, is that correct?
Is this the quote? Or
No.
Oh,
These are your
Your
questions, right?
Your Terminator. Bot or not?
To be fair, based on your lack of confidence, I'm going to say not.
Not, definitely not.
not.
No, it's not. It's
God, he's
it's
useless
100% not.
sometimes.
What do you mean? It is. This is part of the game. But yeah, no, that's not. It is in the films. It's just not said by Arnie. Right. iRobot, Sonny, the robot. I did not murder him. Bot or not?
I know that for sure. That's bot.
Yeah, it's bot.
Bot.
It is bot. You're right. Wally.
Oh, God.
I haven't seen that.
I
bring us
don't want to survive. I want to live. Bot or not?
Not.
Bot.
Not.
It's not, because Wally
He
doesn't
doesn't
talk
speak.
in the films. There we go. And the last one we have, this is Ultron from Age of Ultron. Earth's mightiest heroes pulled apart like cotton candy.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Bot.
Bot.
I'm going to go not. I'm going to go against the grain.
It is not. It was said by Captain America.
Who's a robot?
Is he?
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
And that was bot or not. There we go.
Who won?
2-1. Jake,
Yeah.
because he's the guest.
Well done,
Considering
Jake.
I got 3 wrong, that's probably not the case.
Who's checking? Who's checking?
That's why he's not an
You get
accountant.
the away advantage. It's fine.
Absolutely.
Right, I guess we'll go on to the last section, and this is down to you, Mr. Burton. We're going for snack attack. Is it snack attack? You brought some snacks for us today.
I have. And considering how warm it is at Das today, I'm not 100% certain whether they're going to survive the journey.
Hope you've chosen wisely.
So we've got two snacks.
Right.
So I've tried to be a little bit retro, but I'm not that old, so.
Oh. Why you look at me when you say that, Jake? As in, I'm not that old, but you are.
I did not say that, Daniel. So, but I think they're both slightly retro, but they're both classics.
Fantastic.
I would say.
Okay. Modern classics.
Modern classics. The fact that I could still go to Tesco's and pick them up this morning.
Have you heard of these? Because you always make faces when we bring out the snacks.
No, I know these.
No, I know these bad boys. I've definitely had one of them before.
Oh, that packaging does not look.
Oh,
dear.
This is the.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, the swimming frog.
Maybe we'll just acknowledge those, but maybe not open them. We got some Freddos here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Liquid Freddos.
Yeah, so they clearly haven't survived the trip.
We'll drink those later.
Trip to Das.
Yeah.
I did toy with ice creams, but they definitely wouldn't have made it.
They definitely not have made it. No.
That'd be fun to watch though.
Yeah, we wouldn't have opened them in front of all this electrical equipment.
You
I
could
don't
go for
feel.
that one,
No.
I reckon.
No.
Are we cracking?
Yeah, but Jake, lead the way. Open up the Hobnobs.
Go for it.
So is this just like a childhood favourite, or is it more of a school time snack, or?
I think the Hobnobs is something that it's just a bit of a variation on stuff that we've always had.
I love the Hobnob.
And they weren't going to melt today, which was always good. The Freddos, I do still have them now, even though the price of them has severely increased over the last year. The definition of inflation. I think I can buy them in my cricket club for 85p, which I think when I remember buying them, they were probably 15p.
I don't believe it.
They were probably 2 shillings and halfpence when Daniel started buying them.
Actually, I've never had a Freddo.
Really?
No.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
So I'm slightly gutted that they're melted. But I shall have one. Yeah, no, I've never had a Freddo.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, they must have been more recent.
Really? I don't think they are.
No, I think
I
they're
think
quite old.
Freddos are quite
I
old.
think that might be showing someone's age.
Do you think?
Mm.
No, but my mum knows about Freddos. She's older than you.
Don't.
No comment.
It's not.
Shout out to my mum.
I
She
know,
loves the
yeah, because
podcast.
she's watching. Hi, Mum.
This is her favourite segment, Snack Attack.
Way.
we
Well, I
go.
don't blame her. What's her favourite biscuit?
Oh God, I wouldn't know actually.
That's terrible. I'd slap him. Anyway, that was...
Snack Attack.
Lovely.
Okay.
One quick thing here, actually, before I
Oh
forget.
yeah, with one more section. Well, section. Aaron's got this, but
As is becoming tradition,
as is tradition.
every guest on the podcast, Jake. Fantastic cause that you've got going on, and it's great to support it. And I present you with your VIBT.
Thank you very much.
There we
Be
go.
worn with pride.
Good.
Right.
Fantastic.
Do you want to quickly give a little wrap up on the podcast, Aaron?
I shall.
Because we're on air,
Yeah, on air
on the
soon,
stand
yes.
in 20 minutes.
Timed it perfectly, actually.
We did.
Good job. But yes, thank you very much for joining us, Beanies. It's been lovely to have Jake with us. It's great to be joined with you, gents. Again, don't forget to become a beanie at beanies.whatsforthat.com on the Mighty Networks. And as always, the episodes will be released every second Monday, with the video released on the Friday. Cool. Thank you for joining us, Beanies. We'll see you in the next one.
Next time on Beanies in a Pod. We're also joined today by a man that needs no introduction. It's Neil Action Jackson.
Hey, hello, how you doing?
I've been fired.
You have been fired.
Yeah.
If you haven't put it in the public domain yet, you know, you're going to get people super interested, because it will save time, and accountants do want to save time.
Oh, I was going to say, do you know what? I was just going to say,
You know there's a
Phil hasn't
jingle.
played a jingle yet. Here we go.
I've been saving it, and this one. I'd like to welcome you all to Financial Feud.
Oh! Wow.
That was cutting, but